Venus, Mars, and Saturn form a rare and beautiful grand water trine between late September and mid-October, offering us opportunities to align our desires with our actions, explore our feelings, and commit to our projects and relationships. Let's examine this closely and break it down for all 12 signs. My name is Anastasia. I'm a traditional Western astrologer specializing in natal, relationship, and predictive readings. Thank you for watching my channel and for supporting me. If you want to show your appreciation of my work, please leave me a like, a comment, subscribe, and press that notification bell to see the videos as they come. Watch another one of my videos or say thank you by buying me a coffee, a tea, a croissant, whatever your heart desires. I really appreciate every single comment you leave, all of the positive energy you send my way. It feels like a lovely supportive community that has been growing quite surely, steadily, which makes me quite happy. Before we dive in, as always, if you're looking for additional support, you want a one-on-one consultation, a personal touch, book a reading with me at anastasiadoesastrology.com. There is a variety of options. We can talk about your relationship, your compatibility, your year coming up, your natal chart, talk about the eclipse season, or anything else you want to know. Additionally, on my website, you can find my 2025 astrology planner. I created it out of the desire to find a planner that would work for me, the one that describes the transits, talk about lunations, describes the energy of the new and full moon, and highlights positive and challenging dates. And so who better to make one than me myself for with all the things I find important, then I think it could be a beautiful tool to help you navigate your year and take advantage of the better times, avoid the more challenging ones, and just surf the waves, right? That's all we want to do. Additionally, on my website, you can find a variety of candles and oils. I'd like to highlight my Mars Kazemi candle. We are currently in the Mars in Cancer period. Mars is in its fall in Cancer, and while it can be beautiful for taking action, nurturing, and protecting, it at times can be a bit passive-aggressive, struggle to get the levels right, struggle asserting oneself, etc. So Mars Kazemi, which is Mars in Scorpio conjunct the Sun, is Mars in rulership empowered by that exact, perfect, precise conjunction, and a lot more strategic, a lot more even when it comes to energy, very dedicated, brave, disciplined. So this could help you from anything, from your physical exercise, from the projects you're working on, to even your sexual energy, because when Mars is in Cancer, it's a lot more connected to our moods versus Mars in Scorpio is a lot more stable. So thank you for listening to that. Like I said, this is the video dedicated to the grand water trine. Grand water trine occurs when we have 3 planets in water signs, or any, if it was an air sign, you would need 3 planets in all air signs. If it's an earth trine, earth signs, fire, you get it. So normally when we have a trine between, let's say, planet in Scorpio and planet in Cancer, that suggests a harmonious flow of energy. The 2 planets are helping each other out. They are assisting each other. They're getting along. And that makes sense because when people first dive into astrology, they sort of know that all water signs get along, right? They have similarity to them. Scorpio likes Pisces, Pisces likes Cancer, etc. Because of that just sort of nature of them being of the same element. So when once in a while we get a planet in the 3rd sign of the same element, we get the complete triangle, the circle of love, as I am calling it. But we do get this sort of the full circle, right? It's a triangle, but I am calling it circle because what is a triangle if not a circle? What is a circle? Never mind. But it's a complete flow, right? So here we have Venus in Scorpio, trining Saturn in Pisces, and Mars in Cancer. Venus is the planet of love, Mars is the planet of action, Saturn is the planet of hard work, responsibility, and commitment. And so the first aspect is the trine between Mars and Saturn. It occurs on September 30th. We feel it between the 25th and October 5th. Then we have Venus trining Saturn on October 4th and Venus trining Mars on October 8th. If you consider the energy it takes for this to build, you will definitely, you know, that's why when I was describing it, I talked about it being late September, mid-October, because all in all, it starts to build on September 25th. It doesn't fully disappear until October 12th. So we have 2 weeks plus. And these planets connect in at about 14, 15 degrees water signs. So if you have planets in the water earth signs, in like the second decan, so between like 10 and 19, let's say, or even, yeah, like if you want to be more precise, let's say like 11 to 18, but 10, 19 is fine too. You're going to feel this as a very harmonious energy, most likely, and it might impact you a little bit more than other signs. So September 25th, October 12th, Mars trines Saturn first, and then I think Venus basically extends the energy of Mars trining Saturn. So Mars trine Saturn occurs on September 30th. It is felt between the 25th of September, October 5th, like I mentioned. Mars trine Saturn represents a harnessed energy. Mars is the planet of action. Mars is currently in Cancer. It's driven to follow passion projects. It's driven to nurture. It may struggle maintaining consistent energy levels. So Saturn steps in to provide discipline, to provide steadiness. You are very much at this time taking, you know, Mars is in a cardinal sign of Cancer. Saturn is an immutable sign of Pisces. You feel the passion, you go for it, you have the follow through. You also have the devotion to a cause that you're working on, and you have the strength and potentially ability to persevere, to lead other people. And it's a bit easier, I think, to manage the Mars and Cancer ups and downs energetically, as well as manage the more challenging, being passive aggressive, being moody. Saturn definitely helps with that. And then the energy of this trine starts to separate, but Venus gets into the mix, right? And that's when the grand trine becomes sort of fully in effect. Venus trines Saturn on October 4th. It is active between the 2nd and the 6th of October. And so Venus starts to aspect Saturn, and immediately after on the 8th, she's also aspects Mars. And so I see this as not only you are focused on the task at hand, and you are persevering and dedicated, but you're also charming. You're also, Venus in a trine with Saturn on the 4th is a charming manager who expresses things in an eloquent way, who cares for you know, the connection, who builds things with sort of patience and dedication and mastery. And so this can be helpful for your love, for your relationships. Venus trining Saturn is the time of commitment, the time of like increased intimacy, especially considering that Venus trines Mars on the 8th, which is, it's just interesting because like you look at each of these separately. Like if you just look at Venus trine Mars, it's passion, it's excitement, it's charm and popularity, but not necessarily staying power. But you add Saturn in the mix, you complete that grand water trine, and suddenly you become focused on accomplishing something that is beyond yourself. You may become focused on the community and doing work that helps others. You may care about being a good boss, being a manager. You care about relationships, having follow through and longevity. So it's a very, I think, like emotionally mature period. You are in touch with your feelings. You're aware of the feelings of others. It could be highly creative and inspired period where you are tapping into once again, your emotions, your past, your history, and you are applying it towards your creative project. And it could be a very social period too. It's lovely for, I guess, like trusting your intuition and maybe even like making investments. Of course, a lot will depend on your sign. But yeah, I like it. I like it for dating. I like it for work. I like it for business and finance deals, even sort of real estate work and interactions with authority figures. Please share what you are planning to use this for. And if you'd like a personal reading with more depth and context, book one at anastasiadoesastrology.com. And now let's dive into the rising signs and give you some tips on what might be coming about for you. If you are an Aries rising, Mars in your 4th house, trines Saturn in the 12th, trines Venus in the 8th. So here you're looking at the houses of home, family, living situation, comfort and security, connecting harmoniously to your dark houses of mental health and your house of resources of other people. So I feel like, you know, if we just look at Mars trining Saturn, Mars trine Saturn between the 4th and the 12th feels like escaping, getting away, moving to a different place. It could feel like healing something, healing like a childhood wound. And the trine to Venus in the 8th suggests to me that you have the resources of others. You have access to supportive relationships. You have access to a bank loan. You're maybe getting some kind of payout that you've been needing. And that allows you to put to rest sort of old wounds, move on to new beginnings. And like I said, new beginnings might very much involve like a different living situation, maybe an improvement to your living situation, an improvement to your family dynamics and things like that. If you're looking for more, please book a reading at anastasiadoesastrology.com and share how this resonates. I'm just giving like sort of bird's eye view for this transit. If you are a Taurus rising, Mars in your 3rd house is going to trine Saturn in the 11th and trine Venus in the 7th. This is a very social transit for you. You have Mars in the house of communication and community, trine Saturn in the 11th house of dreams. And, you know, like Mars in the 3rd is also about using your physical body, using your messaging, using your words, sharing a message. Kind of, you know, like I can see this as like, here's the project I've been working on, and you present it to community. And then the trine to Venus in the 7th is the support of your partner, the opportunity to start a business, some kind of contract that you're signing, a risk that you're taking. Very social, very like supportive to starting new projects, looking for allies, signing business deals, negotiating, stuff like that. Please share if you're planning to sign any contracts in the upcoming few weeks. And if you're looking for a personal consultation, you have questions you'd like me to answer, please book a reading at anastasiadoesastrology.com. For the lovely Gemini rising, here we're looking at the houses of money, career, and hard work. Mars in your 2nd house trines Saturn in the 10th, which could represent some type of reward, recognition, completion of a long project. There's also a trine to Venus in the 6th. And it definitely feels like you are finishing something. Like I am finishing dealing with this hair that is rubbing over my... Maybe I'm not finishing that yet. Let's see. Let's see how much longer it lasts. But so Mars in the 2nd trine Saturn in the 10th feels like you're either getting a financial reward with that trine to Venus in the 6th, receiving a reward for the labor of love or some hard project you've been working on. Might also feel that you're operating from a place of values. This is what's important to me. This is what I'm passionate about. This is what I want to nurture. And you're bringing it into consciousness, into that place of work and public recognition and sort of making it official. The trine to Venus in the 6th might suggest a sense of purpose, a sense of willingness to sacrifice for something that you're excited about. Might also suggest support of your colleagues and sort of more harmonious relationships with people in your life, and potentially interest in topics involving health, involving kind of some kind of management of, you know, problem solving. So maybe you're like feeling really passionate to help people use AI and solve their problems. And you are, you know, you're dedicating yourself to starting a YouTube channel about that or something. Not using any particular examples of the people I know. If you're looking for a personal reading, please book one at anastasiadoesastrology.com. I'd be happy to look at your chart, describe your year coming up, talk about your relationship, and more. We'll be right back after we defeat this ghost hair. No, I'm still here. If you are the lovely Cancer rising, Mars in your first house, trines Saturn in the 9th, and trines Venus in the 5th. I see this as taking action that involves education, that involves travel, that involves writing, publishing your work, being some kind of guide, mentor, teacher for other people. Saturn in the 9th might be you have discovered like your alignment with the religion. You want to become a pastor, or you want to become a nun or something. And then you're very much are driven and motivated by your desire to enjoy life, right? So out of this desire to have fun, out of the desire to take action, comes some kind of important developments and commitments to teaching, to studying, to moving, to working with foreigners, to becoming a lawyer, to diving into some kind of spiritual practice. Some of you might be taking action to go to like a spiritual retreat and build your knowledge of a philosophy of yoga, of astrology, anything like that. But like the goal here is very much follow your desires, follow your passions, and find that way to, I guess, reinvent your life, open yourself up to something, and like even maybe rethink what you believe, because what you believe comes true. Please share how this resonates. If you're looking for a personal consultation, book one at anastasiadoesastrology.com. Moving on to the beautiful Leo rising, we have Mars in the 12th house, trining Saturn in the 8th, trining Venus in the 4th. So Mars in the 12th and a trine to Saturn in the 8th is interesting, right? Because it suggests that you might be taking some kind of action on your own, committing to something that involves spiritual healing. Mars in the 12th, trine Saturn in the 8th, like, you know, learning taekwondo or learning Reiki, like doing some kind of work that is healing. There might be action you're taking to escape some kind of debt, some kind of karmic agreement and dependency. For some of you, it might be literal escape by moving to another country, maybe. Ooh, I got the hair that's been bothering me. Yay! So can you escape the duties and hard work. But yeah, like Mars in the 12th suggests that you're like fighting some kind of subtle battle, and the battle can be a battle for your independence, a battle for your financial stability, a battle for your sanity, or even a battle for your ability to be the true version of yourself. And then Venus in the 4th comes in, and it's an interesting one because it feels like you may be feeling support from a family member who sort of steps in. Maybe you have some kind of conversation with a parent that makes you feel like you can forgive what happened in your childhood and move on. Or you're feeling like maybe, you know, there's some kind of real estate opportunity, a chance to move, a chance to create more peace. Just feels like very healing and very potentially financially rewarding, or like opportunities like support, financial support, or opportunities to move and change your place of living, I can see here. Please share how this resonates. If you're looking for a personal consultation, you can book one at anastasiadoesastrology.com. For the lovely Virgo rising, Mars in your 11th house will trine Saturn in the 7th and trine Venus in the 3rd. So with Mars in the 11th, trining Saturn in the 7th, there might be some kind of action you're taking towards your dream. And dream might include partnerships, relationships, starting a business. And then with the trine to Venus in the third, you're using your skills and knowledge and sort of negotiating things and maybe signing things and making agreements, starting partnerships. So this could be a marriage, right? If the dream involves getting married and making a relationship official. With Mars in the 11th, trining Saturn in the 7th, you're very much like making a partnership official, starting some kind of partnership that is professionally oriented, maybe moving a friendship into a professional relationship. The trine to Venus in the third suggests that you're currently blessed with diplomatic skills and ability to negotiate and ability to make people get along, make people agree. The trine to Saturn in the 7th, both from Venus and from Mars, suggests that you are currently, you're experiencing a lot of kind of important changes in the house of relationships. And like, I can definitely see this as like a marriage of some sorts, or even maybe doing something to help your partner, starting some kind of, you know, project to help them. Maybe you're starting like relationship therapy or something like that. But it feels like with Mars in the 11th, it definitely feels like some type of a desire you have, a goal you have to reach your community and to get more involved with the community and help the community. And trine to Saturn in the 7th might be actually a partner supporting you, or like an ability to sort of figure out some kind of arrangement that lets you go out there and lets you achieve the dreams that you have. And if you're single, you know, the trine to Saturn might also be a chance to examine your relationship with yourself and appreciate yourself and maybe build better sort of boundaries with other people in your life who qualify as partnerships. If you're looking for a personal consultation, you can book one at anastasiadoesastrology.com, and you can ask me any questions. I'd be happy to ease your concerns and provide you with some guidance. If you are a Libra rising, Mars in your 10th house, trine Saturn in the 6th, trine Venus in the 2nd. This is lovely for recognition. This is lovely for like financial compensation for some work that you've been doing. This could also be the time in you investing time, energy, resources into a project that involves health, exercise, charity work, working with animals, volunteer type work. Mars in the 10th wants to assert himself or herself in the professional context. Trine to Saturn allows you to use the energy and resources and the time you have available in the most productive way. And then trine to Venus in the 2nd offers either a financial reward or a resources that you are thinking about investing. So I like this as the time to ask for a raise. I like this as the time to start a new project potentially. So very exciting, I think. If you're looking for personal guidance, you have questions that you'd like me to answer, book a reading at anastasiadoesastrology.com. For the lovely Scorpio rising, Mars in the 9th, trine Saturn in the 5th, trines Venus in the 1st. So strong energy of being more visible, being more maybe even embodied, being more joyful, choosing things that create pleasure in your life, and a need to rethink your beliefs, and also like a need to open yourself up to something, right? With Mars in the 9th, you are seeking to learn new things. You're seeking to maybe assert yourself somehow, maybe stand up for your need. Like if you need pleasure, you need joy, you need sort of some kind of support. I think Mars in the 9th gives you the willingness to speak up and to get that sense of support and pleasure and joy. The trine to Saturn in the 5th suggests that there might be a lot of duties right now around your relationship, around your creative baby, or around pregnancy, you know, around children. And so I think with that Mars trine Saturn in the 5th, trine Venus in the 1st, you may feel like there is some kind of opportunity to examine your beliefs and like feel more supported. And there's also, like I said, a chance to perhaps rethink your dynamics with other people and find ways to change your mindset, set better boundaries, and try to figure out a way that, like, you know, be structured about your approach to pleasure, but do not sacrifice pleasure. If you're looking for personal guidance, please book a reading at anastasiadoesastrology.com. I'd be happy to answer any questions you have and look at your natal chart, talk about your relationship, discuss your year coming up, and more. If you are the lovely Sagittarius rising, Mars in your 8th house, trines Saturn in the 4th, trines Venus in the 12th. Escaping some type of unhappy, unhealthy family dynamic, paying off debts, paying off a mortgage, receiving some kind of inheritance, some kind of support from family member. Venus in the 12th might offer a chance to heal the old wound, heal and set better boundaries in the family. Mars in the 8th, I think, wants to sort of get through any debts and cut off any ties you have, any dynamics you have that are not healthy. And then trying to Saturn in the 4th very much helps you speak up and set those boundaries and have sort of healthier relationships with family, maybe even like with neighbors, people in your house. And then the trine to Venus in the 12th, I think, allows you to see things a little bit more clearly and allows you to even understand where you being unhealthy and where can you be more supportive of yourself. So I see this as both like financially supportive situations where you're getting to let go of a debt, pay off a mortgage, maybe renegotiate a mortgage, but also very healing. If you're looking for a personal consultation, please book one at anastasiadoesastrology.com. I'd be happy to answer any questions you have about love, about your relationship, year coming up, eclipse season, etc. For the beautiful Capricorn rising, Mars in the 7th, trines Saturn in the 3rd, trines Venus in the 11th. Couple of possibilities. I can see this as a chance to take your knowledge and use it to start a business or start some kind of partnership. Let's say you are a dermatologist and you partner up with beauty off, like a beauty spa place in your neighborhood. And then trine Venus in the 11th, maybe you're using your social connections to post about it. So some type of a chance to take business action, to use your knowledge, use your sort of expertise, Saturn in the 3rd, your skills, your insights to get more connected or to give back, to work with other people. But it can also be romantic because Mars is in your 7th house. It is craving connection, it is craving relationships. The trine to Saturn in the 3rd might be a chance to talk about a relationship with your significant other, maybe commit, maybe move a friendship to the next level because there's that trine to Venus in the 11th. Interesting sort of flow, I think, like very relational. It brings both your friendships, your siblings, then your partnerships. Maybe you're going to a party that a sibling is throwing and you're meeting someone there. But could also be a chance to like take a partnership, take a friendship and turn it into a business and some kind of venture that you're passionate about. Please share how this resonates. If you're looking for a personal consultation, book one at anastasiadoesastrology.com. I'd be happy to answer any questions you have. For the lovely Aquarius rising, Mars in the 6th house will trine Saturn in the 2nd, will trine Venus in the 10th. And you have all of your professional, financial, professional houses are very much activated, but also the house of money. I see this as maybe you're getting rewarded for the hard work you've been doing. Mars in the 6th house is a sign that you're hustling and you're problem solving and you're maybe like really busy. Maybe you're taking care of your health matters, but like, let's stick with the work idea, right? Like you're busy and then the trine to Saturn in the 2nd, you get that appreciation, that recognition, that financial bonus that you've been waiting for. And trine Venus in the 10th, you're actually enjoying your job and enjoying your life. So definitely some kind of financial opportunity, some kind of recognition, reward is likely. I can also see you desiring a better financial situation, better, like even a sense of like a mission, looking for a calling, looking for some kind of job that makes you feel joyful, and then investing in education, investing in some kind of classes, committing to, you know, like exercising every day so that you can become a better fitness trainer or something, or signing up for a course so that you can level up your knowledge and improve your career, for example. If you're looking for a personal consultation, you have questions that require me looking at your natal chart, book a reading at anastasia.astrology.com. Last but not least, if you are the lovely Pisces rising, Mars in your 5th house, trines Saturn in the 1st, trines Venus in the 9th. So Mars in the 5th, trines Saturn in the 1st, suggests to me that Mars in the 5th wants to be creative. It wants to be playful. It desires romance. It desires time with kids. It desires play. It has like a lot of energy to have fun, right? And then the trine to Saturn in the 1st might suggest that you are taking responsibility and you're committing to some kind of creative project that involves, enter Venus, that involves writing, that involves travel, that involves teaching, studying, being a guide, a mentor to other people. Very much like there's a desire to enjoy life, there's a desire to take things seriously, and perhaps opportunities to step up and be responsible, be that mentor, guide, teacher for other people with Saturn in the 1st. Be a parent for some of you, right? Because like Mars in the 5th, trining Saturn in the 1st, could be very much like your life is changing and the level of responsibility is increasing because you're becoming a parent. Sometimes you can be a parent to your parent because maybe they need you. Maybe you're stepping up in a more serious role because somebody requires your assistance. And it could also be related to sort of taking better care of yourself, improving your health so that your life can be more joyful. But some type of like, you know, out of a desire for pleasure and joy, and even maybe a relationship comes opportunity to act in a more serious and responsible way and travel. Maybe you're pursuing a romantic relationship to a different land, like an Outlander. Isn't that the show where the girl goes to a different time? I think that's the show. But like you know, there's a desire to, like I said, to enjoy life, and in the process you will either have to take responsibility for yourself and make improvements to your health and your life, or you will have to just show up and figure out what is it that brings you joy. And it is likely to involve learning new things, teaching, mentoring, healing, guiding, and helping others. But it might also involve like law and publishing. Please share how this resonates. If you're looking for more, book a reading at anastasia.astrology.com. And this completes the 12 sign zodiac circle. I'm excited about this one. Even if I didn't mention a romantic possibility for your rising sign, just know that there is always a romantic possibility with Venus trining Mars. Even if it's not in a romantic house, those two are the planets of desire, attraction, sex. So the sparks are bound to fly. I hope you enjoyed this transit. Thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.